Hey guys, it's Josh. And in this video, I want to show you guys how I make an extra $200 to $300 per real estate project with no extra shooting required and only 15 minutes of editing. Or it can be $600 per hour. Now, if you've read the title, you obviously know that this extra money is to do with reels. So I'm not gonna cover that up. Um, but I'm going to run you through what I'm actually doing and why I'm doing it, how I'm making the extra money on top of the standard pricing that we have, and then I'm also going to show you my step-by-step walkthrough editing workflow. Sorry, on how I actually can take an edited MLS style video and extrapolate that into one, two, or three extra reels and charge the extra $200 to $300 for that work. And by the way, whether or not you've noticed, this video, it's a new style that I'm trying to do. I think I'm trying to just be as me as possible and just be like, I honestly, I don't like the editing, the real estate editing that you sorry, not the real estate, video editing that you've got to do to make things all look flashy and stuff. I just think that the videos that the information that I'm trying to give away to you guys, it's best delivered just talking to a camera like this, and there's going to be no cuts. So if there's any mistakes, you're going to see them. If I bump the desk will bump. If I don't know what I'm going to say, I'm gonna pause. So anyway, let me know if you like the style. I think that for me, I like it myself. I think it feels funner to shoot it. Like I've literally got a dressing gown underneath, keeping me warm on my legs because it's snowing outside and it's at the end of October, which for where I am, my part of the world, it shouldn't be snowing. So it's fucking freezing. Anyway, back on course. So what have I got? I've got some notes up on my screen. So yeah, how I make an extra $200 to $300 per real estate project with reels. So I guess taking reels out of it for a little bit, and we want to look at like the real estate niche or real estate business, content business in general. And if you really think about it, the entire business is built on add-ons. If we look at my cheapest package that I have or that we have in our business, we just have basic photos is what we call the package, and it's $247, very cheap. And we're delivering between 10 and 15 photos. And they're just super basic photos, daytime photos only, only 15 mil, well, the widest lens angle that we have on our lens. We don't do any crafty tight shots. We're just showing the space in wide angle. So that's $247. But we have packages popular packages that go up to $1,347. We do have packages above that we charge for, but they're more custom packages, above $2,000. But typically, week to week, we range from $247 to $1,347. And so, sorry. So if you think about it, from $247, that's essentially our base price to get to engage us in business. Everything else above that is technically not necessary. But obviously, the $247 package isn't our most popular. But that's just trying to say $247, that's our base, and everything else is an add-on. So the whole idea for us as real estate creators is that we want to try and maximize the average order value. We call it AOV, average order values. The higher we can get that, the more valuable each project is to us or each client is to us, which ultimately means that if you can have a higher average order value than someone else, you can do less work than those guys or the other competitor, but make more money because you got less clients, which means less projects to probably do more or less, but you're making more because you're charging more than they are. So that's the whole idea. And I talk a lot about market rate with real estate content, and I know that there are people that charge less than market rate, and there are people that charge luxury premium prices. But for me, I mean, my business, it's pretty normal. Like we don't charge premiums for our content. We're very much so market rate. So if we are market rate, we have to know what can we charge for each kind of thing. So photos, some basic photos, then we've got maybe a basic photo video package, and then we've got a photo video drone package. Like there's kind of market expectations for how much they cost. And so you can kind of play around the ballpark if you want. But for us, if we're trying to make more money on top of market rate, say we're charging $500 per project for a photo video package, and we want to go and have an average order value of $700. Well, we've got to add something into a package that it's actually appealing, that they want to try out and use. And so that's when add-ons come in, like Reels. Now, there's a whole lot of other add-ons that we use all the time. I'll probably make videos on them in the future. But for this one in particular, because it's one that's very easy to do, very easy to implement and show you guys. And it's probably the easiest way to make the most bang, like get the most bang for buck out of your time. So what am I doing? What am I saying? Why are Reels so easy to add on and sell to clients is a good one. Because when you're asking for more money, typically that you'd think that comes with more resistance. The client doesn't really want to pay more. They want to just have what they've already used. The greatest thing about Reels is that with Reels, you can, like, the client already knows. Sorry, I had to do one cut because my girlfriend just came home and opened the door and just ruined the entire video. So it's still a one take. It's still the same video, but we're cracking on. But we were talking about why Reels are so easy to add on. So clients know that Instagram is a great platform to advertise their listing campaigns on. And they also love themselves, typically. So when you come to them and say, hey, I've got a couple new add-ons that I want to share with you. I'm going to do them for free for this one, just see if you like them. So you're going to deliver them a few reels, and they're going to try it out. They're going to like it. And then you're going to get some future business from them if it's good. And the reason that they're going to be more inclined to use these add-ons is because they already know that Instagram is where they want to be and need to be. Their personal brand, it's going to look better. It's going to grow faster. So that's why it's a lot easier to sell the real add-ons to clients versus other things. Like, I mean, sometimes floor plans are typically hard to sell because they don't think they need them. But reels, most agents love themselves. So you play into that a little bit. So yeah, reels, super easy to add on to clients. And the benefit of us delivering reels to these clients and using reels as add-ons is because obviously we get the average order value to increase, but it's also incredibly easy and fast for us to deliver the work without bottlenecking our entire workflow and preventing us from taking on extra work that week. So if it's only taking us 15 minutes, 20 minutes, maybe even faster than 15 minutes to deliver reels and make an extra $200 to $300, then that's free money. Like for us, it's not uncommon for us to have 3 projects that day that we film that all have the extra add-on, the real add-ons. So we have a package that's $697. That's just photos, videos, drone, and floor plan. But if we have an add-on for an extra $200, they're getting 3 extra reels. So if we have 3 of those projects lined up that day, and we spend an extra hour editing that day or the next day, whatever, we're able to make an extra $600 that day on those same 3 projects. That is the equivalent of one entire extra shoot that we're not having to do. But we're not having to do any of that. We just do the 3 shoots, not 4, 3, spend an extra hour editing, and we've got it all done. What it would take to deliver an extra $600 would be, it would be travel. So it's between 30 and 60 minutes travel, hour and a half for the shooting. So what are we at? 2.5 hours. Then you've got to edit the main video. So that's another hour and a half, depending how slow you are. So that's 3-4 hours. 4 hours of work. So it's undoubtedly a very profitable add-on to be doing. So I've got a little bit of frog in my throat. But anyway, I think I've ranted on enough about Reels and why we use them and why it's so profitable. I mean, you guys may even be using Reels already, but you might be falling into that trap of thinking that your Reels are shit because you see online those luxury, premium, highly edited, dick swinging contest Reels that just obviously the houses are nice, but the Reels that they do, like my personal opinion is that they are doing nothing but flexing on other creators. Because if I own a $50 million property and I want it listed, I probably don't want some AI grass popping out of the walls and some fire behind it, or lava hitting the floor. I've seen some crazy fucking effects being applied to those reels, all for views. And yeah, they're getting more views, more traction. But are they even the right views? Probably not. So I think you need to keep it simple like we do. You're going to see what we actually do. So I have a main video that we've already edited, and you can watch that video. I've got a community post somewhere on my channel that you can go to download the Dropbox link and download the full MLS style video. And then you'll see at the end of this video what we've actually done as an end result. So you can see what we do to charge $200 to $300 and make an extra $600 an hour doing. And you'll see that is far simpler than what you're seeing online. So if you're not doing Reels after this video, you need to be adding on Reels or practicing how to do it so that you can, and do some free work with your current clients to have them be sold on the idea of doing Reels. So there is another cut coming up in this video, but it's not going to be an actual cut. I'm going to keep filming, but we're going to pull up the presentation that I've got on Canva so that we can actually run through my step-by-step workflow. Now, it's not too much of a process. Again, this takes 15 minutes to do once you know what you're doing. But I call it, for the sake of this video, my $600 an hour editing workflow. I actually need to get this to be full screen so I can see it properly. And if I use my arrows, so I just need to use a tissue for a second. Right. So step one, well, step zero is you finish the main MLS style video. So you get your main sequence, the 16:9 sequence, the video's fully complete. The first thing we want to do is create a vertical sequence, name it vertical conversion. So that's 1080 by 1920. So it's just the opposite of 1920 by 1080 for an MLS style video. Name it vertical conversion. What you want to do is then go to the MLS 16:9 sequence, copy that entire video and paste it into the vertical conversion sequence. This is the easiest bit. There's plenty of ways that you want to reformat, because what we want to do is resize and reformat the clips from the MLS style video into the vertical format so that it actually looks like it belongs on Instagram. So I used to do the whole manual adjustment clip by clip, and then I realized that was retarded. All you need to do is right click, fill frame, and then everything at once resizes to that vertical format without you having to do anything else. Now, usually it's pretty good, but we want to just double check the framing, because sometimes all it's doing is it's filling the frame like it's just punching in. So whatever you filmed in the center of the image, it's going to just be zoomed in on that. So sometimes with composition, it's not going to be where you want it to be. So I mean, this example here, if you look on the left, the houses, the camera's kind of looking a little bit more towards the left, and if you actually see the video, it doesn't feel quite right. So all we've done is just dragged it to show more of the house, and the camera angle it's a more natural flowing camera angle. So that's all we're going to do. Again, that's a 1 second adjustment. We do that across the rest of the videos. There's only probably 3 or 4 maybe that you'll need to actually adjust, and then that's it. That is the vertical conversion done. Now, I've just realized that I haven't talked about the reels that we actually deliver. So we have 2 different options for reel packages. So we have a 1 reel and a 3 reel option. The 1 reel is what we call a recycled reel, which is a 20-ish second, maybe a little bit longer, second reel where it's the best bits of the house condensed into a higher energy, faster kind of cutting kind of style video. So it's a bit more high paced, more suitable for Instagram. That's our cool one. Then we have what we call the vertical conversion, which we've just done. Now this is literally the MLS video resized for Instagram. So the agent or realtor can post the MLS video on the usual websites, but then they can also post that exact video on Instagram. But instead of it looking with like it's got the 16:9 version and then the black bars covering the rest of the image and wasting all that screen real estate, it's all filled out and it looks like it's professionally done. That's all the vertical conversion is. And you've just seen how easy it is. It's literally copy, paste, right click, fill frame, double check framing, done, export. That's how easy it is. The third one is a teaser reel. So it's a 10-ish second slower pace reel, coming soon kind of style, where it's slower style, slower song, longer clips, but it's not revealing too much. It's a teaser. You're wanting to tease what's coming soon in the next few days. So those are the 3 reels that we do. So the recycled reel can be just as a one-off reel, and then if you're going to do just a recycled reel, obviously you wouldn't do what we've just done in this particular step, but it's pretty self-explanatory. This is essentially how you'd set up the recycled reel. You'd kind of drag it in, paste it into your vertical timeline, resize, and then you can start editing the recycled reel. But the cool thing about having 3 reels is that in preparation for the teaser reel and the recycled reel, this vertical conversion reel is a 2-minute process, and now the other 2 reels are literally drag and drop. So the vertical conversion, done. So if we pull it up here, I have kind of already explained it. My bad. So main video into a vertical conversion. And now the vertical conversion means that the vertical conversion reel or the vertical reel is now done. But in doing that, we've set up a recycle reel and a teaser reel with this vertical format already resized. So if you have the 3 reel package like we have, adding on the recycle reel and the teaser reel, you want to duplicate the vertical reel or vertical sequence twice, and you want to rename one of them recycle reel and one of them teaser reel. But if you're just doing obviously a recycle reel, then you would replace the vertical conversion reel with the recycled reel and do the same process as what you've done for the vertical reel, and now you kind of move on to the next steps that I'm about to show you. I hope that makes sense. I kind of forgot to talk about that before I started getting into it, but anyway, it should make sense with this little diagram. The next step though, so vertical conversion is done, and the sequences for the recycled reel is done, ready to go, and the teaser reel is ready to go. Now we want to find songs for these reels. Recycled reel, more energy, faster. Teaser reel, slower, longer clips. Now I'm going to show or play through a song. I'll pull up a screen recording now. I'll place it on. It'll be playing through right now, I would say. At the moment, it just has video on top on my screen, but it's a screen recording of me going through Instagram onto my profile, and it's finding songs in the Instagram library that we can use to place into the timeline. So that's what we're going to do. Once we've found the songs, we place the song on the timeline, which is self-explanatory. I guess pick your in and out point. Now you want to, for the recycled reel, we're around 20 seconds, but it can be between 15 and 30 seconds. Should be more than 15. You want to find your endpoint for the Instagram song you've just pulled in. Find when it's going to start and find when it's going to end. Cut it and place it onto the timeline like this at the start of the sequence. And then what I'm going to do is now there's going to be a little bit video time lapse of pretty much the last step to finish off the project. All we're doing now is the song is placed in the timeline. It's cut to length. I drag the adjustment layer, the little export layer across, blade it in line with the song. And all we're doing is placing clips to fill the gap until the song is filled. And then that's it. We don't want to worry about flow as much as we do in the MLS style video. Again, we're just wanting to show the best bits. So we're going to use the best bits, not worrying about flow, but don't reveal too much. We don't want too many wide shots, too many revealing shots, because what we're wanting to do is entice the viewer to see the video in Instagram and either just message the realtor straight away or click the link to the MLS listing and look through the details and ideally get to an open home. That's the idea. So we don't want to show anything that might deter people away. And so when you're doing wide shots, typically wide shots don't look hugely flattering unless it's a really cool house. So if it's a lower quality house, a lower priced house, typically a tighter shot, you can get away with it still looking really, really nice without giving away too much. But that's it. That is honestly it. So you do that for the recycled reel and the teaser reel. And when you combine that with the vertical conversion reel that we've done, you media encode each one as you go so that you're not kind of waiting for things to export. You press play, export, $200 extra. Done. That is the power of, or the simplicity of doing reels and adding reels to your workflow, into your add-on list, to your price list. I honestly think reels are the greatest thing. I've talked about it already in this video. I mean, being able to make an extra $600 with 1 hour of work with no extra clients required and minimal mental energy. Like you've already done the work with the main MLS video. You're literally just finding 2 extra songs or even 1 extra song and just putting clips on top of that song and re-exporting it, and it's done. That's it. So that's it for this video. I want to, well, hopefully, if you weren't doing reels before or weren't sure how to do them, now you're going to know. And if you are doing reels, but you weren't sure what to do or how to be efficient with it, now you know. Now, I'm going to play the actual full-on reel that we've done right after at the end of this video, before the video ends, so you can actually see exactly what we did. It's super basic. And like I said before, go to my channel, go into one of my more recent posts, and I have the Dropbox link to the main MLS style video that you can watch to see kind of what we did and then what we extracted, because that kind of helps. Like seeing a recycle reel will kind of, by itself, you can see the style, but it's difficult to see kind of what we actually took from the main and what we left out. So that's it for this video. I hope that it was helpful. I hope that you like the style. 1 cut, or technically 2. I actually enjoyed it. It's cool just to chat. And I mean, I guess it's good. These videos will get lower views because there's no kind of clickable energy and retention strategies. But I think that the value that I'm providing, and hopefully I can learn to continue providing more value with you guys, with these styles, with this video style, that the channel will grow, because people realize that it's not the editing that's going to make you guys money. It's the value that I'm trying to impart to you guys. So that's the goal. So let me know in the comments if you like the style. It's obviously longer videos. But yeah, let me know. And be productive this week. Try the reels out. If you've got some clients already, tell them, hey, I'll do you a few reels for you for free. Get some practice in them. If you have any questions, hit me in the comments. I like to respond to them. Or Instagram, if you manage to find my Instagram. And I'll see you next week.